Better get in touch with us as soon as he's talked to the investigators there. But since we know now that Hoyt was working for James...
Somehow he was murdered. He was murdered somehow by James. This could happen to Craig.
So sorry to walk in unannounced, Lucinda, but Jane seems to be on an extended coffee break. Hello, Ambrose. I'd like to know what you've done about contacting that brilliant young executive that I met on the coast.
Oh, darling, I'm afraid I've done absolutely nothing about it because my mind has been on other things, and at the moment, I really can't chat.
You don't seem to be spending too much time at all on the Lawrence division, do you, Lucinda? It's sort of been treated like the poor stepchild ever since Holden Snyder left.
Oh, darling, have patience.
I have been patient. But I didn't bring Lawrence Industries under the Walsh umbrella to see it wither and die. I want something done about this, Lucinda, now. Contracts can be broken.
I despise that woman. I would like to see her break her contract.
Lucinda, Walsh Industries is having problems. Now, the last thing we need is to lose the Lawrence division. Fortunately, there's a simple solution.
Well, if it's simple, tell me what it is.
Give Holden Snyder his job back.
What are you doing here?
I came by because I needed to give Sierra something. I didn't know you'd be here, though. Louis, I think that we should talk.
Franny, will you help me make lunch? Excuse me. No, just stay, please. Lily. I'll be in the kitchen.
Lily, wait. Just let me explain.
There's nothing to explain.
Oh, it's that simple. A few words from Lucinda, and then you turn your back on me. After all we meant to each other, and then you run to Dusty.
There is nothing you can say to me that will excuse what you did.
Why don't you just hear me out?
Fine, I'll hear you out. Say what you have to say and say it quickly because I'm moving out today. I'm moving into Dusty's.
Barbara, ballistics has confirmed that the bullet that killed James was fired from the gun that you were holding when we found you.
I know. I have to remember how I got the gun held, but I can't.
Listen, maybe you should talk to Dr. Michaels. Maybe some of the trauma of what you experienced caused you to block out certain details.
Yeah, maybe I should.
Anyone else? Sure, but I'm going to have to ask you to come down to the station with me after that.
Why?
I'm going to need your fingerprints for a print check that we're running on the gun. We have one clear set of prints which we assume are yours, but there are other smeared prints which could be yours, another woman's, maybe even a juvenile.
Award winner, As the World Turns. This portion brought to you today by Pepto-Bismol. Coats, soothes, and relieves. Pepto-Bismol for most common stomach discomforts. And by new April Fresh Downy, now bursting with a new fluffy softness.
The prints on that gun could tell us who brought it into the house and possibly even who murdered James.
Tom was here earlier. I'm convinced he thought that I did it.
Barbara, at this point, all the evidence is circumstantial, and you have it in your power to help yourself.
Do I? Then why do I feel so hopeless? Oh. Honey, can I talk to you for a second?
Oh, yeah.
Just be a minute.
All right.
Hal, what's going on?
Forensic has made a positive identification of the body. It was James. And he was dead before the fire broke out, shot from behind with the gun that Barbara was found with.
Okay, let's go. Oh, hi, Hal.
Hi, Kim.
Hi, sweetheart. Come on in. Come on in.
Good girl.
Honey, how would you like to go upstairs with me, and we'll check on Christopher before we go in.
Go see
Christopher? Come on, kids. Ellen, take your coat off, darling.
boy.
Make yourself comfortable. I'll be right
Go see
back,
Christopher?
Honey, you all right? He's in the playroom. Oh,
Graham, I can't help but thinking that maybe if I had just gone away with James the first time, none of this would have happened.
Darling, it's no use thinking that way. It's over.
We know now that James was murdered. Won't be over until we find out who did it.
Do you have any idea who did it?
I heard what Hal said about the prints on the the gun. Mom, I want to tell him the truth now.
No.
Ma, you're going to get in a lot more
Listen to me. You aren't going to tell him anything. Do what I ask you to do, please, Paul.
Barbara, I don't want to rush you.
Yeah, sure. Just gonna get my purse.
Okay. Hi, darling. I didn't expect you home so early. Oh, well, I thought...
Betsy, listen. I think I'm gonna go back to the cabin tonight, okay?
Why? Oh, come on, stay for the party. It'll do you good to see Lila happy, and Grandma and I will be here.
All right, I'll think about it.
Emily, I know you've answered a lot of questions. I need to ask you one more. When you were in the house with James, did you see a gun other than the gun that you brought yourself?
No, I didn't.
Think very carefully. It's very important.
I don't have to think, Hal. I didn't see another gun.
I think you know that Barbara has two identical guns, one which she keeps in the office at Fashions and the other that she keeps at home. It was the gun from the Fashions office that you brought up to Ruxton Hills?
Yes, I told you that already.
It was never found in the house after the fire, Emily.
So what?
It's just strange that you say you brought a gun and you left without one. Barbara says that she didn't bring a gun and she had one in her hand when she came out of the house.
Don't you remember all those times out west when I told you that I needed to talk to you about something?
Yes, I do. And I also remember when you first came out to Wyoming and I asked you one question. I asked you if you knew about Iva and Rod, about them being my parents. And you said no. And that was a lie with more lies to follow after that.
I gave up everything for you. There's nothing that I wouldn't do for you. I love you.
You love me? Were you loving me when you were lying to me and manipulating me? God, it makes me sick when I think about all the times that I said that I loved you and trusted you and you just let me go on believing
Lily,
that.
there were so many times when I wanted to tell you. You remember after Grace and Logan's wedding when I said I needed to talk to you? But that's when we got the news about Mama. And then when we were here at Sierra's, before you were kidnapped. And then at the hospital.
You knew much before that! You had plenty of time to tell me!
Why don't you just wake up? So you can start seeing what's going on around you. I was afraid that I was gonna lose you.
Well, you know what, Holden, you have lost me. Get out of here, just leave, please, just stay away from me, please.
Don't give this to me, to us. We belong together.
I belong with Dusty now.
You think you can forget about me by sleeping with him? You can't. One of these nights you're gonna wake up and you're gonna wonder what it would have been like to have been with me.
No, I won't. Let me go.
You and me belong together. There's nobody else in this world for you, and there's nobody for me.
Hell, there is. Yes, there is.
No, there's not.
Oh, damn you!
Iva, how's your mother doing?
Oh, she's glad to be home.
Good, good.
Yeah.
I hope this business with Lily and Holden hasn't upset her too much. I know that Pam is suffering from the fallout.
Well, I think there's a lot of people that are going to be hurt. I know Holden has changed. Well, there's a part of him that I thought he'd gotten over, but, well, he took a job working for Tonio.
I was up to go visit Mama, and they said she'd been released.
Yeah, earlier this morning. Where were you?
I was having lunch with Tonio.
Have you seen Pam?
Yes, yeah, I have, and she's pretty upset.
I think I better go try to find her. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah. I want to talk to you. Did Tonio tell you about Holden?
No, what?
Well, I assumed that you knew that Holden took a job working for Tonio.
This hospital is overrun with your future in-laws.
Oh, I know. Casey and I made the rash suggestion of a guided tour.
Are they really all staying at your house?
Yes. It's insane, but you know what's really scary? I'm enjoying every second of it.
You're insane.
So, are you ready for the festivities tonight?
Yes, are you?
Yeah?
Well, I'll see you there.
Okay. You know, I'm so happy for you and Casey. It's just really wonderful.
Thank you.
Lila!
Oh, Marie! Hi! How's everything go?
Oh,
it's a beautiful hospital. I'm so proud my son is working
Good
here.
doctor, Bob Hughes, this is Joe and Maureen Peretti.
Hello, Joe.
Casey's parents
How are
and
you?
his
It's a
brother
pleasure.
Sean.
You know,
I'm hungry. You're hungry? I'm starving.
yeah, I'm exhausted.
You just ate.
Leave him to Grandpa. I'll find him something. Come on. Easy.
Let me show you. Oh, Bob, daughter.
You look a little wiped out, Dr. Peretti.
Yeah, well, they gave me the slip, but I finally caught up with him in the supply room trying on hospital gowns.
Try to keep him out of the OR if you can, will you?
Yes, with my dying breath.
I've got to get back to work. Nice meeting you all.
Yeah,
you too.
bye.
My family's in love with you.
Oh, good.
And I know the feeling.
Did Uncle Casey propose to you in the linen closet?
Gino, I don't want to lie to you. Yes, he did.
Yeah, well, you know, Squirt, when you grow up and fall in love, you're going to do a lot of weird things yourself. You know?
Not that weird.
Hey, come on. Let's get going and let Uncle Casey get back to work, huh?
I think Dustin's making one of the biggest mistakes of his life.
Yeah, well, if he is, he's gonna have to realize that himself. So would you stay out of it? I'm fine, really.
Sure. I know at times like this you probably would rather talk to a woman, but I'm here if you ever need anybody to talk to, okay?
Thank you.
All right, be good.
Have you ever seen this before, Dusty? No. You know, we found this outside the house where Stenbeck was killed. Well, where were you last night, Dusty?
I was at home. You know, I can see where you're coming from on this because Stenbeck tried to kill me, and I'm not such a big fan of his, but that can apply to a lot of people.
Yeah, that's true. Were you alone last night?
No, I wasn't.
And who were you with? Monica Lawrence?
I wasn't with Monica. I was with Pam Wagner for a while, and then I was with Lily Walsh.
Have you been spending a lot of time with Monica Lawrence?
Not since the summer. No, I haven't.
Have you ever been in her bedroom?
What is this? No, I haven't.
When's the last time you saw her?
Some mornings ago, I went over there to talk to her about something, but it wasn't for a date or anything. I just wanted to discuss something with her.
What? This is a murder investigation now, Dusty.
Okay, fine. The reason I went over there was because she had told her mother I spent the night with her. And it wasn't true, and it got back to Pam Wagner, and it caused a lot of problems. It upset me, it upset her, and I went over there to clear it up and make sure she never pulled anything like that again.
Yeah, well, she's doing it again. She says the two of you spent a lot of time together lately.
What does this have to do with Stenbeck's murder, though?
I don't know. That's all for now. Thanks for coming in.
No problem.
Dusty, hi, you coming to Casey's party?
Oh, boy, I forgot all about it. I'll try my best.
Try hard, will you?
Okay, hope to see you then.
Me too. Bye. So, got anything?
I don't know. It seems like Monica Lawrence has been doing...
Argus wants to work with the police.
I think it's a lot of trouble. Roy!
There are certain aspects of this investigation that have to be kept strictly confidential now.
Oh, boy, talk about paranoid secrecy. I told you it's not going to work. It's not going to work.
Just tell me if the ballistic report has come in yet.
Yes, and we can't release any of that information.
Oh, really? Then that means you are close to an arrest, right?
Should that happy day come, it will come faster if you let us alone so that we can work.
Mom, you are not a trained detective. Do you remember the Channing case?
Oh, yes, I do, darling. I remember I was very instrumental in helping break that case.
Now, I have just one question. Was Stenbeck murdered?
Yes.
I knew it. I knew it.
Mom, could I have a word with you?
Roy, do me a favor, will you please? Thank you.
Look, I wanted to come to you immediately. We've had some rather bad news, and I think you must know it. We were on the phone to our detective in Greece. Mr. Hoyt is dead.
How did he die?
His body was found washed up on a beach near Cape Sunyan. That's all we know at this point.
I'm going to call Inspector Henyotis right away, see what he can tell us.
Naturally, my concern is what effect this might have on Craig's... Well, it may not have any effect on Craig. We weren't even sure that they definitely had Craig. No, well, we may never know now. I have to go and tell Sierra. In the meantime, is there anything new with the Stenbeck? It was James's body, and he was murdered. Well, of course he was, by Tonio Reyes. You know, I wouldn't keep trying to hang Tonio if I were you, Lucinda. Why not? Because by your own admission, you were the one that told Tonio where James was that night, knowing that he threatened to kill him. That makes you an accessory to the fact.
She's right, Lucinda. We'd better go.
Will you kindly keep me informed? I will. Anything from Greece?
I will.
Atwt is in his office. I'm sorry about Hoyt.
How am I going to tell Mom?
Could have been so perfect, so wonderful.
Monica, what are you doing down here?
I'm just packing up some of my things.
Have the police been back again?
No, no.
Well, hopefully they believed our story. I still can't believe that you were stupid enough to let James talk you into bringing those jewels. Did you really think that he was going to take you away with him?
Why else would he ask me to go up there to meet him?
Because he wanted the jewels, because he wanted money.
That may have been part of it. But James loves
Monica,
me. He wants
everyone
me to go to
knows
Greece.
that he was going to take away Emily Stewart. Now, where do you think you would have fitted into that little arrangement? No, my darling, he used you just as he used me, and you knew it.
No, shut up!
I never should have left the house after you wrestled that gun away from me.
Monica! I want to talk to you.
Mummy, I think I'd like to speak to Dusty alone, if you don't mind.
All right, darling. Nice to see you again, Dusty. Monica, why don't you invite Dusty back to the house and have lunch with us?
Monica, I just came back from the police station where they showed me a jewelry box of yours and asked me if I recognized it. Then they asked me if we've been dating each other lately.
And what did you tell them?
I told them the truth. Why did you lie to them?
Dusty, please, don't be angry with me. I had to. To protect Mummy.
From what? Why?
Listen, I know she'd been dating James Stenbeck lately. When Detective Franklin came by with the case, he said he'd found it near the house where James Stenbeck died in the fire. And I practically died. I thought Mummy had been seeing him again. I knew it would be so sordid, her being involved with him now. So I made up a story. I told them that I kept the case in my bedroom and that the only people who had access to it were the servants. And the man that I'd been seeing.
So they wanted to know who the guy was, and you decided you would just tell them it was me, Monica?
Dusty, I'm sorry. I panicked.
Fine,
I'm sorry.
okay? No, don't be sorry, though. Go to the police station and tell them the truth.
How can I do that to Mummy?
Monica, you can't protect Mummy. This is a murder investigation. James Stenbeck was killed. They're not going to leave any of us alone until they find out who did it.
I put the bullets back in the gun, Mom. Then I put the gun in my jacket, and I left the jacket in the house when I left Dad.
Barbara, are you okay? Oh, yeah, I'm terrific. Just went through a whole fingerprinting process. It's real fun, I'll tell you. Where's my son?
Well, he was in the den. Wish I could spare him this nightmare.
I know, sweetie.
And I still don't know how I got the gun.
Listen, I spoke to Emily, and she's going to spend the night here again, and I think you and Paul should do the same thing.
Oh, no, I'm not going to spend the night here with Lila's shower going on in the
You don't
living
have to
room.
come to the shower, for heaven's sake. I just don't think that you should be alone in your apartment until we're sure that you're okay.
Thanks. I'm going to go lay down.
Oh, good idea.
Listen, if you need to talk to anybody, I'm available.
You always are, Kim.
Mom, how'd it go?
Everything's going to be okay. I want to ask you something. When I went back home to get the gun, the window in my bedroom next to the fire escape was unlocked. Now, was that the way you went out after you got the gun?
Yeah, it was the only way I can get out without the police that were out front noticing me.
Oh.
Mom, I still think we should tell Hal the truth.
No. Did Emily know that you had the gun?
No, I remember she wanted to put my jacket away when we were at the house with Dad. But I figured she might find the gun, so I didn't let her.
Barbara? Kim told me you were back. Honey, I'd like a few minutes alone with Emily, all right?
Sure.
So, what happened? They fingerprinted me. They're going to run my prints against the prints that they found on the gun. Do you know anyone else whose fingerprints might be on that gun, Emily? No. No, why would I know that, Barbara? I'm just trying to put the pieces together, all right? Look, I know somebody who might be able to help you. He saw Paul and me up there. Who? Holden Snyder. Holden Snyder? Yes. How do you know that? He told me he was there. Look, maybe if he saw us there, he saw you there, too. And he can help you remember what really happened.
I know how you feel. I never believed anything could happen between Seth and me, but it did. It happened overnight. I had to face the fact that it was over. You may have to face that, too.
Well, it's just not that easy.
No, it never is. One question you have to ask yourself, though, is that assuming Lily can get over this, would you want her back?
Yes. She belongs to me, not Dusty.
Holden, I'm sorry, but Lily won't come down while you're here.
I'm gonna make some coffee, okay?
Thanks. Holden, will you tell me why you took that job? From him.
I needed one, Sarah.
I think you took it to get back at my mother. And I also think that Tonio offered it to you to get back at my mother. He was just using you. Holden, do you think that's going to help make things right with Lily?
Look, Sierra, I just need to do something with my life, all right? I'm a good businessman, and I'm going to take care of Craig's company for you and for him for when he gets back.
Excuse me.
I love my darling. Look, we had some rather discouraging news.
Hello, Miss Dixon.
Darling, I felt that I must keep you abreast. Our man and our new detective in Greece, Randolph, telephoned Ambrose today, and I'm afraid that Mr. Hoyt is dead. His body was washed up near Sunion. Now, that's all we have. We have no more details as yet.
Well, that doesn't mean the same thing happened to Craig. No, as a matter of fact, we don't even know for certain that Hoyt and Stembeck knew where he was. We don't know that. No, nothing's changed. Nothing. Craig's alive, and he'll come home.
Lucinda.
Oh, excuse me, darling. Look, Holden, if you have a moment, I don't know how to do this except to just do it. I've been thinking over our conversations about you coming back and having your old job back, and I think I really made an egregious mistake. I'm really displeased with myself.
Really?
And I would be very happy if you would come back and work for Walsh Enterprises.
Well, Miss Walsh, I already have a job.
Well, let me tell you, whatever it is, I will match the offer.
No, I don't think so. You see, because I'm working for Montgomery & Associates now. I'm Tonio Reyes' new executive assistant.
This portion of As the World Turns has been brought to you today by Always Plus, the Maxi with wings in 3 sizes. Maxi, Thin Super, and Night Super. And by Era Plus, protein power to cut clean through. We'll continue with part 2 of As the World Turns in just a moment. And now part 2 of As the World Turns.
Well, where the hell have you been? What? Oh, darling, I'm sorry. Forgive me, darling, and I'll forgive you. I'll forgive you for that humiliating scene with Holden.
Now, the best thing for you to do is to forget all about Holden.
Still smoking. That smirk on that boy's face? You know what? I'm going to let him work for Tonio. Let him just go right ahead and work, because when Tonio gets sent up, I'm going to take over that company for Craig. And the first thing I'm going to do is fire Holden.
Lucinda, do you think you could give a little time for Walsh Enterprises? I've just come from a 2-hour meeting. Now, the contracts are up for 3 clients in your management consultant division. And they've all opted to move over to Montgomery Associates.
God. All of them? Well, hello.
Bro.
Hello. Hello. I'm so glad to see you. It's a big surprise. I'm ready. I'm ready to go home.
Well, I'm not on my way home right now.
I'll be in my office.
No, you don't have to go. You can stay here. You can hear this, you know.
Huh?
I just thought I'd tell you I'm on my way out to the farm. I ought to check up on Emma Snyder, and then I'm going to Casey Peretti's bachelor party this evening.
Oh.
I would appreciate it if you would stay home this evening and perhaps talk to Pam. I think she's going to need a shoulder to cry on. She's rather upset about this Dusty Lily thing.
You want me to stay home with Pam? All right. Yeah. That's a good idea. That's a very good idea. I never had it. I didn't think it.
No, I know. You never do.
Well, darling, you know what I think?
What?
I think we really need to talk quietly together. Why don't you get on the phone and call Casey? It is only a party, after all.
Wait a minute. I want to go to the party. Casey and Lila are good friends of mine. I want to celebrate their happiness. I think they've got a real shot at something I thought we had.
I think we still have it.
Do you?
You're looking at a woman who's in need of love and support.
How do I give you need? How do I give you support? And how do I give you love unless you tell me what the hell is going on? Don't forget about Pam.
Oh, Lily, I know you're upset because we didn't get to see Rod.
Well, at least I get to talk to his mother. She said that when she looked in on him, he was smiling and he was up, so that's a good sign. Dusty must be getting out of work soon. You're disappointed in me, aren't you?
No, it's not disappointment. I think that what you and Dusty did was you took a very serious step, and I think the reason why you rushed into it is because you were hurt. And I think that you should have stayed with Holden and tried to figure out why he did what he did. And I think you should have tried to work things out with him.
There's nothing to work out. I loved him, I trusted him, and he lied.
But Lily, look, something just like this happened with me and Craig. And it took me a long time to realize why he kept the truth from me. But until that happened, until I did realize why, we lost a lot of precious time. Time that I regret right now more than I can tell you. And I'd really hate for you to wake up one day and realize you made the same stupid mistake that I made.
You want to go?
No, I work here. I don't have to turn my back every time I see Dustin or Lily.
Look, this whole thing with Lily is going to blow up, or she's going to wake up one morning and...
Even if she went back to Holden tomorrow, Dusty's heart would go with her. I mean, I'd just like to find somebody who loves only me, who I didn't have to share with anyone, you know?
Sometimes we have to settle for less.
Hey!
Oh,
what are you doing here?
Well, I came to see Rod, but we couldn't see him.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and I think I better get going. Got to relieve the babysitter and get ready for Lila's shower. Are you going to join me?
I don't think so. I'm not really in the mood for a party.
Oh, no. Lily, I'm going to Casey's bachelor party tonight,
Oh, well,
I thought.
then go, then. I'll just wait for you at Sierra's. That's fine.
Sure?
Yeah.
So I told Lucinda I wasn't accepting her offer and that I was working for Tonio. And while she was standing there with her mouth hanging open, I also told her that I was going to bury her.
I knew you took this job for the wrong reason. Don't cause trouble. Didn't you get my messages?
Yes, all of them. What's up?
Well, for one thing, I wanted to congratulate you on your job.
I know what happened out at your mother's house, and I'm very sorry.
What happened?
Well, Mother offered Holden his old job back, but Holden refused because he had already accepted a job with Tonio.
Holden, you've got to swear that you won't tell the police that you saw Tonio out at Ruxton Hills.
Don't you tell me what I have to do, Meg.
What were you doing out there anyway?
That's my business.
Did you see anyone else out there? Did you see who killed James Stenbeck?
No, my money's still on Tonio Reyes. You know, every other person who had a motive to kill James Stenbeck was at the Ruxton Hills house that night. I mean, they admit to being up there. Tonio won't admit to being anywhere, and he doesn't even admit to having a motive.
I went out to the Lawrence place. I didn't find the ladies home, but I did question the servants, and they corroborated Dusty's story. They told me they saw him up there in the main house once during the summer. They also say that Monica spent an awful lot of time at the playhouse. She sneaked food out there. She even ordered breakfast for two out there one morning.
They still don't have that print report. What the hell are they waiting for?
Look, I'll call Eddie and see if he can speed things up, okay?
Well, thanks, Roy. That would help. Mark, hey, anything from Henyotis?
Well, it was killed by a blow to the head. I gave Henyotis a description of Nick Costello. Hopefully they'll catch him. If he's on his way to Greece to kill Craig, if he hasn't already, or if they ever had him to begin with.
I wish there was something I could say.
You can hold me.
I'm really glad that you moved in with me now that things are going crazy at your mother's, you know. You think I could talk you into making it permanent?
Matt wants to see you in his office.
Thanks, Tom.
Are you coming to Casey's party?
I really don't know yet. Will you let me know if that print report comes in?
Any guesses as to whose prints are on that gun besides Barbara's?
Well, if she's telling the truth and she did go to the house unarmed, then it could be anybody's.
Well, I think her memory lapse is pretty convenient. She told me that she doesn't even remember seeing me outside the house.
I think it's possible after everything she went through.
Yeah. I've got to get going to Casey's last night of single life.
Tom, why did you invite Hal to the bachelor's party?
I told you, I think he has a right to be there, knowing how you feel about him and all.
That's simple, huh?
Margot, there's nothing simple about any of this. I can't seem to change your mind. I'm trying to make you as comfortable as possible, that's all. I want things to be perfect for Casey and Lila. Getting married is the biggest step two people can make in a lifetime. I'll see you. I need information to management. Well, I took care of all that. Maybe I'm gonna sneak over here.
Hey, Uncle Casey, where's the cake with the lady inside?
With the lady, where do you get these ideas in your head, Gino?
I saw it on TV. A girl jumps out.
No, you can forget about it. It's not happening. Tony, you gonna keep your big brother out of trouble today?
How much?
Get out of here. Go see if your dad wants anything. Boy, for a busy DA, you should throw a mean party here.
Oh, are you kidding? I need this just as bad as you.
Really?
Maybe more.
Uh-oh. Excuse me. You're sure you really need this?
I don't know, Dad. It's the second bachelor party I've thrown since Margot and I separated. I'll tell you one thing, it doesn't get any easier.
Excuse me, Hal.
Yeah.
Seth just told me there's a call for you from the police station.
Oh, thank you. Oh, really?
Yeah. Excuse me, Hal got a call from the police headquarters.
Yeah, I'm sure I know what that is. Earl, I'm sorry, I can't tell you any more than that.
Did I even ask?
How was Barbara when you left?
Well, it worries her that she can't remember all that happened.
Worries me too, Dad.
Paul, I've been meaning to thank you. You saved my life if you hadn't stepped in up there on the ridge.
It's all right. I'd rather not talk about my dad right now, though.
Sure, I understand.
Another ginger ale, please. Hey, make that 2 ginger ales. You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Just, I'm gonna miss Kathy, that's all. Her family's moving away to Boston.
Yeah, I know. Andy, I told the truth about being with Dad this summer up at the cabin. And I didn't tell the police that you knew.
Oh, well, thank you.
I know you feel bad about covering for me, but sometimes you just don't have much of a choice.
May I please have everyone's attention, please?
Uh-oh. Not another.
Everyone, hey, yo, everyone's, huh? It's great to see all you people out here to celebrate Casey's last night at the single life. Cheer up, babe, cheer up. It's hard to believe that it was over 2 years ago that Casey came to Oakdale and someone finally showed my father how to run a hospital. Now here he is, my dear friend. He's the godfather to my little brother. He's a gifted doctor, and he's had the great happiness and the great luck to fall in love with a wonderful lady. He had the good sense to keep chasing her until she agreed to spend the rest of her life with him. I know you're going to enrich the lives of all your friends who believe in the institution of love and marriage. And here's to Lila and my dear friend Casey.
Yeah.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Okay, now, for all of you that came to see the stag movie.
Yeah, come on.
And the lady jump out of the cave.
Yeah, we want to see that.
Well, forget it. I've got something far, far better. As a matter of fact, it's one of the things that made this marriage inevitable. It just arrived from New York today. I think you'll find this interesting.
From now on, every morning, I close my eyes and memorize how you feel, 'cause it's so long till the evening. And once again, I'm holding you for real.
Oh, isn't it beautiful? Thank you.
That is the original Italian embroidery from Salerno, Lila.
Yeah.
Mama taught all of us girls how to do it.
I hope it's not too big for your table.
No, Casey and I are going to be needing a big table with all the relatives. I hope that we'll visit often.
We will.
Well, I think your party is a big success.
Is it?
How are you doing? Well, it's great to see Lila so happy. It's easier now, you know, now that Sabrina's moved in with the Snyders.
I can tell you what a pleasure it is to have you with us, Rose. Your grandson is very, very important to this family.
You all mean so much to him, too. Like a second family. He's so proud to be godfather to your grandson.
I know I can't steal you away until everybody has had a chance to meet you, but would you like to go up a little later and see Christopher?
So how is your mom?
She's glad to be home.
Oh, I'll bet she is. I'm so sorry she couldn't join us tonight. Be sure and tell her that we miss her.
I will.
Come on in.
Can I make you
Meet the
the
family.
salad?
Hi.
Hi.
How's your mom?
She's doing okay.
Good.
Yeah, she's doing
Margot, Sierra said you wanted to talk to me about something.
Well, yes, I actually wanted to speak to you and Iva together. The detective from Greece, Detective Hoyt, he's dead. He washed up on the beaches of Cape Suyon, and well, I just thought you should know. I haven't told Mama yet. I don't want to tell her tonight. I don't want to ruin her evening. I'll tell her when the time's right.
Yeah. I want you to meet some of the family.
Okay, hi.
Why don't you go and sit in the den for a little while? You don't have to go in there and be with all the ladies right now, and I'll bring you cake and coffee.
Thanks. Maybe I'll do
You
talked her into coming down. Good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, Kim and I had this wonderful idea. We were talking about it, and well, it's Kim's idea. Why don't you tell her? Go ahead.
Well, just that something we put off too long. I think it's time for you to make an appearance on my television show.
Oh, yes. Isn't that wonderful? And you could show all of your new designs and the beautiful things you did for Visconti.
I don't think it's a very good idea. I mean, not now, not with everything that's going on.
I think the timing is perfect, Barbara, because Kim doesn't want you on the show as Mrs. James Stenbeck X. She wants you on the show as Barbara Ryan, the brilliant, wonderful designer, and how you've done so much with your career, and you have a wonderful future, and you have nothing to be ashamed of, nothing to hide.
I mean, there's something I have to tell you. Your mother cornered me this evening before I left the house. She's ready to go back to Omaha, and she wants you to go with her.
I won't.
I tried to reason with her.
Wow. Look, Clem, I'm starting to feel really closed in. I'm going to go check up on Danny.
I have like babies. You know, I never had the right thoughts.
Darling, are you all right? You look a little pale.
Hi, Lisa. I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm here on business, and I can't wait.
Everybody take it.
Okay, that's it.
Oh, I feel so guilty about you missing the bachelor party.
Don't worry about it. Let's just make sure that we don't miss the wedding, okay? Because if anyone in the world right now can understand that I want to be with the girl I love, it's Casey Peretti. It's like a dream come true, Lily, because, I mean, I used to go out there behind the carriage house down to the Glen, and the leaves were turning, and I thought about that fall that we spent together.
I remember it, too. Right now, I want to concentrate on the future.
Fine.
The past.
Good. All right. I think it's going to be great, though. I mean, you and I going to the university together and everything.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. I want to ask you something. I called the hospital earlier, and they said you already left. What was up?
Oh, well, probably caught me while I was at Monica's or the police station.
What? Police? What?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, Lily, but they're questioning Monica, and she told them that she was seeing me. I don't know why she'd lie about that, and I don't know what it has to do with the Stenbeck investigation, but they showed me this jewelry box of hers with her name on it and asked me if
That's too far-fetched for even Monica.
What?
When Stenbeck and Nick Costello were holding me down by the waterfront, I heard James on the phone with somebody. I know it was a woman, and it sounded like they're planning going away somewhere.
Yeah, so?
Well, I heard James say your name. He said you didn't really tell Dusty Donovan who you were really with, or something like that.
Anything else?
Yeah, he said that she should only take a small box with her valuables in it with her.
Stenbeck said that?
Yeah. He said you should only take a small box with her valuables.
No, you scared me. I just thought I'd left something behind, checking.
Well, the police were back again. The servants told me while we were at lunch. Monica, we're going to be all right. We'll be fine if we just stick to our stories. Now, I have just as much to lose in this as you do.
I know. Maybe more.
Don't be insolent with me. You got us into this mess.
No, Mummy, you did. By getting involved with James Stenbeck in the first place, you should have known better. Heaven knows you've had enough experience.
Mrs. Lawrence.
Detective Franklin. I understand you were here earlier. I'm sorry we missed you.
Well, that's all right. I'm glad I caught both of you here now.
Well, perhaps we should go back up to the house. It's more comfortable there.
All right, and while we're there, maybe you can call your lawyer and arrange for him to meet you at headquarters. I'm going to have to ask you to come down for some questioning.
Hal? What is it?
I got the print report. I thought you should know right away.
And?
They went all over the gun. They ID'd the clear prints and the smudged ones. They're all yours, Barbara.
Stay tuned for Guiding Light, next on most of these CBS stations. Children's Clothes by Good Lad of Philadelphia.